This morning on BRN, stop the scamsters from ripping off our veterans with fake charities. And joining me now to discuss this, retired Lieutenant Colonel John Stark with Charities for Vets. Lieutenant Colonel, great to see you. Thanks for joining us on the program this morning.
Thanks for having me on here, Jeff.
Yeah, and we're talking about an op-ed piece that you recently wrote about veterans charities and the fact that there may be scams. Let me start off with a basic question. How big is this issue? Are there a lot of fake charities in the marketplace that are looking to scam or trick our veterans?
There have been over time. The public is a lot better prepared to deal with that and are aware of that possibility. So it's probably less in number, but it does happen. Really, the part about the scams in the article that was out there was to get people's attention. The bigger problem is the lack of efficiency in this multi-billion-dollar industry, if you would let me say it that way. It's not really an industry because it's not supposed to be for profit, but unfortunately, a lot of organizations, individuals are making profits within the cover of nonprofit.
So let's explore that. I want to talk about the second part in a minute, but let's talk about efficiency. Let's talk, how do you make what is a marketplace more efficient? And I know charities, let's back up. First, tell us about Charities for Vets, because I think that'll help lay everything else out.
Charitiesforvets.org is a agency that rates charities that purport to give money to veterans. And it rates them on a pass-fail scale of either not recommended because they've failed something, recommended because they are sufficiently efficient, or highly recommended. Those are the ones that we believe are the best to give your money to, and they will use most efficiently the money that is given to them.
Okay, so you mentioned again the word efficiency. What does that mean? Does that mean the operational efficiency of the charity, or does it mean the use of the proceeds, meaning they're not taking a lot of money off the top? Most of the money is being directed into the charity's purpose.
Efficiency just means how much of every dollar is going to veterans. If you say that you're a charity for veterans, you should be spending most of the money on veterans and not on overhead or advertising or investments or something else. So that's what we mean by efficiency. We're not talking about yet, we're not talking about the effectiveness of the money spent. We're just talking about how much of it is being spent. We do plan in the near future to change the rating to also include the effectiveness of the money spent. But right now we don't have that capability. We're just talking about how much of it is pure percentage going towards veterans.
Lieutenant Colonel Stark, when it comes to, you also mentioned that there may be some individuals out there who are not using these dollars efficiently, and I think that's one of the areas that Charities for Vets is focused on. Do you have an idea as to why they're not being efficient with the dollars? They're probably doing a lot of marketing and a lot of advertising.
Some of them collect millions of dollars and they'll spend half of it on veterans and then keep the rest of it. Maybe they plan to do something in the future. Maybe they just were not prepared to do something with the money. We don't really know the reason why for each one, but if you look at some of the most highly recommended charities for veterans, such as the Tunnel to Towers, they're in the high 90s of giving money to veterans, high 90% every year. And there are other ones, and I won't call them out by name, they're spending in the 50s or 60s. Now, you may find a veteran who's maybe even a quadriplegic and they've helped them and they've done something great for them and they've probably revolutionized someone's life. But they have a lot of other potential and they're using that money for something else, whether it be having events or just paying the people that run the charity. And we don't think that's the best way to give money. There's nothing wrong with someone taking money and using half of it to save someone's home to be used better by a paraplegic veteran, but it is better to give someone money who spends 95% of the money on helping veterans that have problems.
And
That's our philosophy.
yeah, no, I think it's obviously a very valid philosophy. And who would know what veterans need more than a veteran, right? I mean, I think that's the thesis behind Charities for Vets. Let's talk about some lessons. Are there some lessons for veterans and their families, or just regular citizens looking to give to help the veteran community? Do they need to do more? It seems like they need to do more research.
Well, luckily for them, our website is free. You don't have to pay anything. You just go in there, you type the name of the organization, and it'll tell you our grade. And our grade is just one of those three, either highly recommended, recommended, or not recommended. And they do change. We have a team of people that look at the tax returns of these organizations, and they determine how much of their money is being used to help veterans, and that's what we grade them on. So if they just go to our website, charitiesforvets.org, they can see very quickly. You can do other types of research, but most of it is not going to be focused on that percentage of income and how much they're using for veterans. It's going to be focused on a specific story about one veteran that they may have helped. And that may or may not be the way you should look at it.
And also, let's talk about organizations. There are a lot of private sector firms that I think partner with, want to help veterans, and they want to partner with veteran-related charities. I would imagine this source is very important for an organizational foundation or a charity wing of a major organization.
Yes, there are a lot of big companies that want to have an association with veterans, and they don't know where to start, and they may just, through friend of a friend, get attached to some organization that has not happened to be highly recommended by us, and we would encourage them to do so. The goal of our organization is not to block donations for any of these charities. It is to help improve the efficiency by funneling more dollars towards the highly recommended ones who most efficiently use their money.
And lastly, Lieutenant Colonel Stark, in terms of the future, I think you talked about future grades. How will Charities for Vets continue to improve its product, its information, in helping users assess the efficiency of the marketplace?
I'm not sure what the criteria will be, but we have a team of people looking at the same ones who look at those tax returns may not be the right ones to look at the efficiency of or the effectiveness of how the money is spent. If people are spending 98% of their money towards veterans and it's not effective, that won't be good either. We realize that. So we want to get a deeper dive into how they actually spend that 98% and what it goes for. But I would encourage anyone who's interested in donating to veterans, look at charitiesforvets.org and just type in some names. You can look at which ones are highly recommended, and you may be surprised at what you find there. But it is right now the best way to go through and find the most efficient use of your money that you want to donate to help veterans. And I encourage people to do so. There's a lot of people out there that need help.
Absolutely. Lieutenant Colonel Stark, it's so great to see you. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for all the great work you and Charities for Vets are doing.
Thank you for having us on here. And just as a closer, I don't get any money from charitiesforvets.org. All of the members of the Board of Advisories, we are veterans who do this for free because we think it's a good cause. And thank you for letting us have a voice.
Absolutely. And don't forget to subscribe to our daily newsletter, The Morning Pulse, for all the news in one place. Details, of course, at our website. And we're back again tomorrow for another edition of BRN. Until then, I'm Jeff Snyder. Stay safe, keep on saving. And don't forget, roll with the changes.